Hello again, all you amazing people. It's Jerry K with another episode of Walking and Talking with Jerry K. I am your host, so let's go walking, get some steps in. So today I'm feeling good. I got myself a nice fresh haircut. Little shout out to Lad's Babershop in Port Charlotte, Florida. Darlene did a fantastic job on my hair, and I really appreciate it. I have some pretty temperamental hair, so the fact that she was able to get it to look this good was impressive to me. So big shout out to them. Appreciate them very much. So today's episode is going to be talking about the masks that we wear. And obviously I don't mean literal masks. I think there's a line from the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey that really sums it up the best.
We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking.
And we all wear our masks, metaphorically speaking. So, the reason I wanted to talk about this is I've really been feeling lately that more and more people are wearing masks more and more often. You know, there used to be like a time where, everybody wears a mask to some degree. You know, even if it's just to conform to social norms and making sure that we're not seen as some kind of crazy lunatic. But it seems like more and more masks are being put on to the point where people are putting masks on to fool themselves of who they are. And one of my previous videos that I recently did was called I'm a Liar and So Are You. And it was basically talking about how people these days, at least in my opinion, seem to be really trying to fool themselves about who they are, what they're about, all that type of stuff. And there's nothing healthy in that, in pretending you're something that you're not. I think a lot of the masks that we wear, and I'm guilty of it too. It's funny, you know, every time I have a topic that I talk about, I want you guys as the listening audience to know that I'm not talking about it from a place of judgment. I'm talking about it from a place of personal experience. You know, I do the exact same thing. Or I've done the exact same thing. I've learned some techniques that have helped me along the way, which have allowed me to, I guess, learn from it and grow. And that's really what these are about. These videos that I'm making, I'm hoping that it's going to help you to learn something new, that if you apply it, it will help you grow as a person. That's what the intention is. And I hope that's what I'm getting, and I hope that's what you guys are getting. So, you know, a lot of times, at least for me in life, you know, I have to put on this public persona and this public face that everybody sees. And as a result of that, they think they know me. And the reality is they don't know me. They might know stuff about me because I'm very open when it comes to me, okay? I'm very open about my mess-ups in life, and I've had more than my share, that's for sure, of mess-ups and bad decisions and, you know, doing things that I got real lucky didn't end differently than they did. So I know what it is to put on that mask, okay? I also know it's extremely important for a person to have an outlet where they have someone in their life or someone's in their life, basically like their support community, that will allow them to remove at least the majority of those masks to be who they really are and who they really feel comfortable about being. You know, hey, I get frustrated with things. There's times where I want to just scream at the top of my lungs. I mean, I get so frustrated. There's other times I'd like to just crumple into a little ball and, you know, cry like a baby. And you know what? There's sometimes I do both. But in my day-to-day life, my day-to-day routine, I have to put on a lot of masks. I have to pretend to have my stuff together. Man, I don't have my stuff together. Well, maybe I have my stuff together a little bit better than the average person, but that's as a result of a lot of hard work. It wasn't happenstance. It didn't just occur, you know. But I have all the problems anybody else does. I have my own insecurities. look, this is the best way for me to sum it up, at least in my opinion. I have all the same issues as everybody else. I just don't let most of them hold me back. It's not that I don't have them. I just don't let them control me. And I think that's really what this is about. What this video is about identifying the masks that we wear to conform to whatever it is that we think we need to conform to, but not allowing that to control us, okay? It's more of just a way to make sure that we're conforming to social norms and what society deems as appropriate. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not acting like a complete lunatic all the time, screaming all the time, being crazy all the time. There's nothing wrong with not doing that. Matter of fact, in my opinion, there's something wrong with doing that, especially if that's just like what your constant is. So I guess masks are a necessary thing, but you also have to make sure that you're not wearing masks so often that you've forgotten what you look like. And what I mean is like deep inside. I don't mean physically. I hope nobody's taking it like that. I'm not talking about physical stuff. I'm talking about your insides. I'm talking about who you actually are. Not what you look like, but who you actually are. So it's important, at least it has been for me, to identify the masks that I wear and be willing to strip some of those off. And I know it's hard, because when you start taking those masks off and you start getting closer to the core of who you actually are as a person, that makes you extremely vulnerable, because you're worried about being accepted. And that's, I guess, the other thing too, is worry. That worry, I did a video about being worried. All of that is based in fear. It's being based in, fear of being accepted, fear of being rejected, fear of this, fear of that, fill in the blank of the fear, But if you let fear dictate your life, you're going to lead a life afraid. So instead of that, start really doing a self-evaluation. That really is, it's funny. The new you idea is really about stripping off all the junk and really looking at yourself and deciding what is important to you about you, and then embracing that and really refining it to be the best version of you that you can be. That's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything that there is. I would say that the idea should be that we want to be the best that we can be, because I do believe in life we all have a purpose. I think that my purpose has been to learn valuable lessons and garner insight that I can then share with others, so that they don't have to actually go through the same personal experiences that I have that taught me the lessons I've learned. That's really what I feel I'm supposed to do. And I know for a fact that in order for me to fulfill that, there's certain masks I have to take off. And just be my absolute genuine self, like these videos. Folks, I'm going to let you know right now, this is who I am. This really is who I am. When I'm talking to you, at the end of this is scripted. I come up with the topic I'm going to talk about typically 5 seconds before I turn this camera on. I don't have anything rehearsed. I don't have it plotted out and planned of what I'm going to do or what I'm going to say. It just starts to kind of flow. And I think that's one of the reasons that people who are watching this can appreciate it, is because it's genuine. It's not contrived. I don't have some weird agenda. I'm trying to help people. So if that's a weird agenda, then okay, I have a weird agenda. I'm trying to help people. So I guess all I'm trying to say in today's episode is that even though day-to-day life we do have to wear some masks, it's important for us to recognize when we're doing it, how we're doing it, more importantly, why we're doing it. And if we can like step away from that in some way, be more genuine, have that group of people that will accept us for who we are, what we are, how we think, that's an important thing for you to get a hold of, okay? So I'm going to encourage people, drop some of the masks, but understand everybody's got them. Nobody's got their stuff completely together. So you're not alone in that. If you feel like you're floundering, a lot of people do, all right? So get your steps in, drink plenty of water, and until the next video, we'll catch you later.